Hi, it's me, Ingrid INFP, and I wanted to talk about my Spotify Wrapped because um, it comes every year, and this year they came with a personality, a 16 personalities just for Spotify. So let's get into it. My Spotify Wrapped personality is ENVU, which I always forget what it all stands for. Um, it There's another person I think that came from my channel to my Instagram, who is also an INFP and who also got ENVU. What do they stand for? I know the V was for variety, and U was for uniqueness, and N was newness, and E is exploration. So exploration, newness, variety, uniqueness. And then so those are 4 letters, and then you've got the opposite of that. I think that instead of exploration, you have F for familiarity. You have, instead of the N for newness, you have T for timelessness. I have a friend who's an ENTP. He got ETVU. So he got the same thing as I did, but he got timelessness because he listens to older music and not just the newest stuff. I listen to my release radar all the time, so obviously I'm going to have the newest music. It's not really what I wanted, but that's how I use Spotify. So obviously there's going to be some wrong takes about this because I don't only listen to music on Spotify. I listen to MP3s and I listen to YouTube. I don't have an iPhone, so I don't use Apple Music. And I don't have a CD player or a record player or anything old-fashioned like that. So I use Spotify quite a lot. This year I've used Spotify way less than other years because other years I've been on the train quite a lot and I listen to music there. I also used to listen to music on my way to work, but now I try to just listen to the silence on the way to work. So the amount of time I spent this year on Spotify is like 3 times less than the year before. So I'm just saying to keep that in mind. They might not be very representative on the stuff that I actually listen to. But then what is the opposite of variety? I think S is sameness, I think, was one of them that you could have. And then U for uniqueness, I think, I forgot what the other one could be. But it has to do with like if you listen to the biggest hits. And I don't listen to the biggest hits. So the personality type was called the adventurer. And basically, well, the adventurer explores a lot and then wants to find the newest music and the most unique music, basically. So it's kind of a flattering description. But with that said, let's check out my 20 highest Spotify songs for the year. I've been making a INFP playlist, so I think that we'll check it out. It's an INFP playlist by INFP artists. That's what the name is. If I can find it. I'm not very good at scrolling in this. So my name on Spotify is Radish Raven as well. So let's see. This is Rainy Day in Paris, but we don't want Rainy Day in Paris. We want the INFP playlist. So this is the playlist. It has some French songs, so you know that. It's called the INFP playlist of INFP artists. So it's supposed to only have INFP artists, but you know, we can't be certain of anybody's type. So there's Aurora. I tried to just take one song out of each singer because otherwise it was getting too long. Some of it is, you know, kind of cringy. Also, thing is, I don't really I'm a young person compared to a lot of you guys out there, so I listen to newer music. But there's Nirvana. There's a lot of different people. But a lot of them are French songs, so I'm sorry about that. You can skip those songs. There are quite surprising number of INFP artists out there. So I took those that I think might be INFP, but some people might disagree. I do think Aurora and Florence and the Machine are quite clear INFPs. I got to meet Aurora live, and that was great. That was amazing to see her in concert. I'm still waiting to see Florence and the Machine. Let's see now if we can go back to... Also, when Aurora speaks, it's basically like me speaking. If you ever see an interview of her, you can tell me if you recognize me in there, because we're very similar. Now let's go back. This is my top 100 playlist, and the first one is A Dangerous Thing by Aurora. It's very beautiful. I cannot play these things because of copyright, I think. But anyway, then this song is kind of weird why it ended up there, because I haven't been listening to a lot of Hayley Kiyoko lately. I loved listening to her when she came out with Girls Like Girls, but she's been becoming more mainstream and kind of bland music, so I don't love her as much as I used to. The reason this is at the top of my list is because I had a picnic with my INFJ friend, and that happened to me on my release radar for the week, and so it kept going back to the beginning of the playlist, because my phone would turn off, and then like that song would pop up. So I listened to that song very many times like that day. And then we've got Aurora again and Pum. Both of them are INFPs. Everything Matters, also one of my favorites. Then we've got Stromae L'Enfer, which unfortunately is kind of a depressing song about, well, taking your own life. He came out with a lot of me listening to Spotify was at the beginning of this year, where I wasn't feeling good at all, and this kind of became a comfort song. I wasn't feeling too good. Now I'm feeling much better, so that's good. Then I've got Hard Drive Gold by Alt J. I really like Alt J and their experimental approach to music, even though I never really listened to their music, to their lyrics. I think it's kind of chill to have in the background. Then we've got some angry music with Avril Lavigne. Love It When You Hate Me. I like the nostalgic, angry girl emo stuff, so that's that. Then I've got Florence and the Machine with King. Great song, great lyrics, great music. Really makes you think about like being a woman and an artist. Then we've got Halsey. I don't really actually like that song that much, but I do like her album, her latest album, If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power, which is also about women having power. Then we've got Plazy, Chasing the Sun. That's what I'm doing all the time now during the winter, so I like that song. I like Plazy. They're like not well known at all, but I really like them. Very chill music. Hayley Williams Simmer, also a great song for if you have a lot of repressed anger. So I don't know what that says about me, but you know. Free by Florence and the Machine, also great. It's a song about anxiety, and it really makes you feel like running and screaming and dancing, so I like that song. Then we've got Mitski, Working for the Knife. which is interesting. It's a song about, like, you know, working for the knife. It's kind of depressing about capitalism. I've never really been a Mitski lover, but now she's in my top 5. I just find that the knife, working for the knife, is kind of relevant to my life. I had that song quite a lot when I was going to work, back when I was doing my internship. I finished my internship in like March, so it was still relevant then. That's when I was listening to Spotify a lot. Then I have Ethel Cain, American Teenager. For some reason, I really got into Ethel Cain, and she does really nice, spooky sounds, so I like her. Even though her lyrics are kind of rough at times. And then we've got Heathens by Aurora. I mean, like half of my songs are Aurora. I saw that 10% of my 100. I have 10 songs by Aurora in my top 100. So that's one of them. That's great. Heaven is Here by Florence and the Machine. Also a great song by Florence. Then we've got Love Me More by Mitski. Great for all of those feelings of wanting to be loved more. So great Mitski. And then we've got Boychik, which is a really surprising pick. I don't know, it came up on my release radar a few months ago, and it's a very, very beautiful song. So I recommend him, whoever he is, or I don't know even if it's him. I don't know. Then we've got Marina and the Diamonds, and she's great. She's an INFJ. My INFJ friend loves her. I don't know why that song of all songs ended up at the top, but I think that I listened to it a lot when it first came out, so that's why. I like a lot of her songs. Then we've got Ethel Cain, the song that introduced me to Ethel Cain, and it's really gross, so don't listen to it if you're sensitive, okay? Don't listen to this one either if you're sensitive. This is Mothika. As you can see from the title, that is also about wanting to die. Yeah. I was in my emo phase in January. Then I have More Like You by Orla Gartland. I love her Woman on the Internet album. It's really whimsical and fun, so I really like her album. So I'd recommend. Now I've passed the top 20, so let's go over and do top 30, I guess, because I can't stop. Now we've got London Grammar. I like London Grammar, and I like their latest album, Californian Soil. It's like an orchestra. There's all this orchestral sounds in the background, and it's really feeling based, so I really like it. Then we have this other weird one that came out, Imogen Heap, but there's Frou Frou. I don't know who that is. And this is a really beautiful song that I love having in the background, so love it. Then we've got this song. I actually don't remember what this song is at all. I guess I just had it running in the background and it was kind of nice, so I kept replaying it. I don't even know who Rhodes are, so tell me if you know. Then we've got Muna. I like Muna. I like their LGBT kind of stuff. But the Kind of Girl is about recovery and actually feeling happy and growing in your life. So that's a beautiful song. Cure for Me is also a beautiful song by Aurora. You could put it in different contexts. You could put it in an INFP context, that you don't need a cure. You might be weird, but you don't need a cure. You could also put it in the context of being gay, so I really like that. Or just in being weird in any way. So that was the first song on the album that came out as a single, and it was really mind-blowing when that came out. Then we've got Lale. It's a Swedish song. I love Lale. She's the artist that taught me Swedish, basically, before I moved to Sweden. She does really, really, she's upbeat, and then at the same time she can do really intense lyrics. So I really like it. And she did an album about water, which is my NFJ friend's favorite subject, and also a thing that I think a lot of NFs can relate to. Halsey, The Tradition. That's the first song on the album, I think, so that's why it came up here. I just really like Halsey. I used to be into her first album at Badlands. Back when, in 2015, I saw her in a concert, actually. I've basically the only artists I've seen in concert are like Aurora, Halsey, and Carly Rae Jepsen. So yeah, that kind of means a lot. Then we've got Bastille, Shut Off the Lights. That's just, it's a bop, you know. Bastille, I like Bastille, I like Bastille's older stuff more. Like I like everything that came out 2013, 2014, when I first moved away from home and all that. All of that, their stuff like Pompeii and all of that sound was great. Now it's kind of more bland, but I still like that song. Giving Into Love by Aurora. I can't tell you how much I love Aurora, so yeah. Oh, and so now we're at number 30, but I do want to give a special mention, an honorary mention to Phineas for A Concert 6 months from now, because that was really a song that was about COVID. Let's turn back to me. Oh, no, okay. It's a song about COVID and how you need to have the optimism to book a concert 6 months from now, because otherwise you will, otherwise, like, you need to have the hope that things will change. So I did book the tickets to Aurora, actually, and the time was reported, and then I ended up seeing it during the summer instead of in March. So yeah, that was my 2022 top playlist. Tell me what you guys think. I know music is very different for different people, so I'm not going to say what INFP is like compared to other types, because music is so individual, even more individual than visual art, I think. So I'm not going to talk more about this, but the personality type thing was kind of funny, because another INFP also got the same, and an ENTP got a little bit different. And then I saw some people of completely other types, you know, SJs, getting the complete opposite of me. So it's kind of funny. Yeah, I don't have anything more to say. This is a super long video. And maybe you're not at all interested in my own playlist, but I did make that playlist that is about the INFP playlist for INFP artists, which I'm pretty proud of. I like listening to it. It has Björk. It has 21 Pilots, as Aurora. It has all sorts of different ones. It has Annie Brun. It has Leon. It has Pomme. So I think that you'll find something that you will like, even if we have different music tastes. I think that INFPs in general like INFP artists. So that is just my theory. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.